Hey everyone, Merry belated Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope everyone had a great day yesterday. Um, I am in a hotel room in downtown San Diego and we're on the highest floor and we got a huge suite and I'm so happy because we got a family of five and we have the space for it and I'm so grateful. Just we passed having to be able to use a one room bedroom. It just that's done. That hotel option is done. So it's nice because the kids have their own space, and Drew and the baby and I have our own space, and we have our own kitchens, and it's cool because the kids can do whatever they want, make whatever they need to do over there, and I'm not losing it. So, anyways, I'm kind of talking a hushed tone because everyone's asleep, but I'm a morning person. Even though many of you know me as someone who stays up really late at my office, I still am a really early morning person. That's how I get things done. So, I've been wanting to make this video for a while. This is going to go in my Chinese medicine category of videos. So I'll call this my 80th video for Elements in Harmony, Acupuncture, and Chinese Herbs. But what I want to talk about today is, and this is basically a video that my husband recommended that I do. It's not just about neck pain. It's not just about depression or digestive issues. I was telling him last week that I am so busy right now with a lot of patients, and that's good. I mean, it's the holidays, and there might be a couple of days here and there where, it's a little slower, but that's because I'm working, my hours might be limited that day. But let's say the day before my birthday, the 18th, super busy and kind of busy after that. And then I did work on Christmas Eve for a few hours, and, I kept myself pretty busy. And he said, that's really cool, because when you're self-employed and you're a business owner, and I just spoke with my printer, he was reminding me you need to come in and get your, I had some, my brochures modified. And if you come to my office, you'll notice I'm holding on to one last brochure that no one wants to take because I've needed to get these brochures reprinted. I've been needing them to be remodified, and also new business cards. And then I said, I've been meaning to come in, but I'm so busy. And he said, that's good. And I said, it is good. But I also want to have his quotes on a workbook that I'm working on. I've got a couple of books that I'm going to be self-publishing pretty soon. One is about relationships between men and women. And really it's about men. And these are books this is information told to me directly from men, not my opinion about men. This is a book that it's kind of like on the hold right now, but I'm so passionate about it. And then the other one is passionate about it, but to a point because I have a 1-year-old. And then the other one is about my work. It's going to be the first volume of my work because I don't see myself stopping Chinese medicine. And this one is, I'm fortunate because my really great friend, Dr. Eileen Han, created this amazing program called the Academy of Acupuncture. And if you know Dr. Eileen, she is the top student of the late Grandmaster Dr. Richard Tefutian, my mentor, one of my mentors, my Chinese medicine mentor, and my mentor in so many ways I've known him since 2006. So he caught me right when I was 7 years in practice. I started practice in 1999, and he really helped me reinvent myself without meaning to, but he knew that it was going to happen. And I'm blessed to have become one of his senior students. And anyways, what happened was Dr. Han was passed on the torch from our late master to teach, not necessarily something she wanted to do, but it was really, she was destined for it. And she was teaching with C1 balance method for several years. And then she decided to create the Academy of Acupuncture. And in her classes, she had already, for a few years now, would have me talk anywhere between 15, 30 minutes to about an hour. We'd keep it to about an hour or so. And then she decided one day to put me on staff. And the the class she created is called Business Acumen for Acupuncturists. And, I didn't ask to teach, but it was already in my mindset. And it was something that I put out a couple of years ago on teaching marketing for acupuncturists. And it's not about marketing for acupuncturists, because you can learn marketing from marketers. But it was really about, how at this point, overnight, just in these last few days, I just got 2 new Yelp reviews. And I'm so grateful for them. And I post them on Facebook, so you can see them there. And I also posted them on my websites. So that is my baby right under me. What I want to teach acupuncturists is how I'm getting these Yelp reviews and these testimonials, because not everyone writes Yelp reviews. So they're giving me testimonials directly. So then I put those on my website. So I'm going to grab him really fast because he wants to make noise. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Oh, by the way, I wish I could show you the view behind me, because it is just gorgeous. My office in Orange County is not a high-rise. I'm on the ground level. It's a 2-story, but my kids have their spaces upstairs. So when they told me I was going to be on the top floor in this huge suite, I was like, yes! So the sun is like right there, and this table's too heavy for me to move, and my computer, I don't want to use a huge extension cord so he doesn't trip. There's no plug over here, but I wish I can show you this gorgeous view of downtown San Diego. Anyways, the class is called Business Acumen for Acupuncturists, and it's really about helping acupuncturists, stay busy, and how to get patients to in essence, to love you enough to write testimonials. But that means you have to earn them. So this video is not about that. But I will say part of the mindset, and this is the essence of this video, which I'm getting to, is my husband said you should make a video on explaining who are these people that are coming in during the holidays. Because I had mentioned to him, just, off the cuff, that the people who are coming in right now are really high profile, highly impactful people in our society. And the more I talked, the more he said, you really need to talk about this. These are people who, this whole December, probably Thanksgiving on, but especially the last couple of weeks, are people who don't, they're not going to wait till the new year to get healthy. They're not going to wait till for the new year to fix their neck pain. I did a video, or I posted earlier in December, some on social media, on Instagram and on Facebook. I had basically screenshot some of my patients, quick, testimonials. Like, I came in yesterday and my back pain's gone, 80-75% from one treatment, 90% from one treatment. And so I'll do that. That's a little hint for you acupuncturists. I will, I had mentioned about this particular person, we'll call him D. He texted me and he said, because it was just one treatment, and he had come in yearly. I'll look at his file and he'll come in yearly around the same time for that same back pain, probably from basketball or something, and just one treatment. And he's like, and I'll tell him, if you're not at least 30 to 80% improved, or at least 30 to 50% improved within 1 to 4 days, come back. Ideally, I will treat them within 1 or 2 days. 3 days is going, just to give you an idea. I had a judo jiu-jitsu seminar about a month ago, and I was not fully warmed up, and I didn't really hurt myself from an injury. It was more like repetitive use of my left shoulder, falling, breaking my fall, and I just wasn't fully warmed up. And I don't really do judo, so it just happened to be that kind of seminar where it was judo and jiu-jitsu, and it hurt the next day. So I treated myself 3 times the day after, and then after that it was 98-99% improved. And I just, I treated myself for other things since then, but not for not for the shoulder. I mean, I just felt like it was good enough and it was gonna, heal on its own, and it did. And I train here and there. It's in life, you're really busy in certain things. You'll focus on things. In December, I've really been focused on my practice. And, I've been doing some stuff with my personal trainer, but I haven't really been on the mat. And but I'm going to get back on the mat in January. But in regards to my business, I have been really focused. And for you successful, really highly impact people, that's kind of how it goes, right? You can't, certain things have to give. I'll do a little yoga, a little jiu-jitsu, a little personal training. But every day, something that I focus on every day to be highly impactful is being a mommy and, working on my personal development. And it's constant, putting my name out there that I am an acupuncturist and I want to help people. So with this particular thing that I had posted about the back pain, I said the holidays don't care about your back pain, but I do. And since then, and then someone else posted something, and then I said, oh, it's about stress. And I said the holidays don't care about your stress, but I do. So come in, and guess what? The people who are coming in are people who are having pain, having digestive issues. I mean, that's the mindset of the people who are coming in right now, and that's the thing that my husband really thought I should talk about. And he's not one to say you should make a video about this, but that's what people are that's the mindset people have, that I want to heal. And something that I said in one of my other videos are in my paperwork, which is pretty long, and I ask people to do it at home, or you can spend 20 to 30 minutes at my office before your appointment so that we can spend your time during your appointment talking and getting straight to the treatment. So you're not spending the 20 to 30 minutes during your scheduled appointment to use it doing paperwork. So one of the questions on the questionnaire is this like, you want me to fix this today? Is this a one-time treatment? Is this something that you want to work on for like a week, 2 weeks? Is this a 5 to 10 time treatment? Or is this, is this going to be part of your lifestyle? It gives me an understanding of what I need to do and what your expectations are. Because say, for example, if someone comes in and they have, let's take something that's very common right now, depression. If they have depression, panic attacks, and anxiety, and they're dealing, and they've been dealing with this for like 8 years, and they're like, I want you to treat me with 5 treatments, I'm going to be very straightforward and say, you're going to come in for 5 treatments. I don't know what I'm going to do for you. But if you want to be impactful, then come in within 1 to 4 days, and we can make some short-term results in 5 treatments in about 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll feel better, but you won't have sustainable long-term results. If you're an acupuncturist, that little statement should mean a lot to you, because I follow these forums, and I'll read someone's post, or on a WhatsApp, or whether it's balance method or any kind of Chinese medical modality, whatever method they're using, and they'll say, I've treated this person 3 times and I'm not getting the results I want. And that tells me right there how much you do and don't know about your, how to express realistic expectations to your patients. So my patients get a video before, it's online. I have 2 websites, moveyourqi.com and committedtoabetterme.com. Committedtoabetterme.com is, I make changes to my website frequently, so I use a website program that I can change all the time. So I'm almost on a daily basis. I'm not paying someone else to make these little changes, because, I have my Happy Club, and I have my, which is really tied into my Chinese medicine practice, because what is the concept of happy? People come in upset, stressed out, anxious. And if you're part of my Happy Club, you're learning some life skills that can really help you handle some of your stresses in life. I'm going to pull up one of my patients' texts to explain something of what I just told you about. Let me put him down like this. It is the day after Christmas, and the only people who are up in this hotel room are my baby and me. So So pardon the movement, all this movement with a baby. I thought I'd make this video. Just turn on the TV. We have two different. We have all kind. Each room has a TV, and it's the same remote control. And every time he touches the remote control, it affects the TV. So, going back to the mindset. One thing that I shared with my husband, which I shared earlier, but the people who are really coming in and wanting to make an impact on their health, like one of my patients, she's a vice president of a very, very big company, and they got a lot of employees, and she told me, I'm going to come in after, Thanksgiving, and I'm just going to do a lot of treatments. And she called it acupuncture surgery. She said, I'm going to come in for my acupuncture surgery. And she wanted impactful treatments. And she knew that meant coming within 1 to 4 days. I talked about my shoulder, how when I had hurt it, I'm not trying to have shoulder pain for like 2 weeks to 3 months. So I fixed it in 3 times in 1 day. My patients don't do that. Most people won't come 2 or more times a day because, they got other things to do, especially if I'm treating you for about 45 minutes to an hour, if not longer. But my point is, these are people who are like, this is what I want to get done. If you just want to get, a few treatments for something that you've been suffering from for a long time, good luck. Just really understand that it's probably not gonna happen. Now, I just got a Yelp review, and she's really happy. And on my personal Yelp, I don't use my real name, so I'm reading people's Yelp reviews, under a different name, and I respond with a different name. But I was really happy to receive this particular from Donna, and I'm pretty certain that's not her name because I don't have, if it is a Donna and that's her real name, that must, she must have written this, she must have waited for a little bit because I can't think of her from the top of my head. But at the same time, I'm treating a lot of arm pain. So she posted this December 21, and she said, Anna is the best at what she does. If you go to acupuncture under Laguna Hills, you'll pull up my name, and there are 129 reviews showing. On my websites, I have archived 212. It took me a while to realize that Yelp has a particular algorithm, and basically if you don't have a lot of reviews for businesses and you review someone like me, or whoever you review, and that's it's going to disappear. So anyways, I don't have advertised Yelp reviews. These are just organic Yelp reviews. So you won't, I am at the top, but at the top are paid reviews. But then if you see the first one in Laguna Hills that are not paid reviews, you'll see Elements in Harmony. And I worked a lot. I worked really hard for that. I didn't get into the whole Yelp thing in the beginning. It was my husband, again, he's in IT. He was like, you got to get on this Yelp thing. This is several years back. He's like, this is what people are doing. And sure enough, he saw that trend. So I always got to listen to Andrew. So anyways, Anna is the best at what she does. I'm totally healed after only 6 sessions. I was having sharp pains down my right arm, and it made my fingers go numb. As good as new now. Don't hesitate to try her. I am totally paranoid of needles, but it's worth a prick here and there to fix yourself and not have to resort to drugs to mask your problems and all their side effects. Be brave, and you will see results. And that statement right there says everything. That short and sweet 5-star review, she was very clear that I treated a specific issue, and I treated her arm and her fingers and the numbness and the pain, and she talked about the fear of what people might have towards needles, but most of all, she talked about results. And that's something, since 1999, I have been really understanding the concept of what it means to be a healer. And when I met Dr. Tan in 2006, March 6, 2006, and that is a common thread in many of my videos where I talk about my master, he talks about results, results, results. I have a business mentor, and all he cares about is results. All he cares about is results. All he cares about is, not just the financial bottom line, but what results are you giving people? When I, Chris, my mentor, when I told people that I was pregnant at age 43, and my second daughter was 7, and I was like in total shock because I was not expecting to have a third child. Chris was the third person I told before I even told my parents, because I just couldn't wrap my head around it. I almost needed him to tell me, you shouldn't do that, or, this would be a good thing. I mean, it was just, I wasn't so quick to welcome a new baby in my 40s because it wasn't part of the plan, in my plan. So, when I say results, and I'm talking to acupuncturists, I'm not just talking about your financial results. I'm talking especially about your happiness results. How happy are you in what you're accomplishing? And for me, I think that's really what gets me up in the morning without an alarm. I do set an alarm just in case, because I like to push my, I really prioritize my sleep. But if I can do one more thing for marketing, or, one more thing I got to write to a patient, or, my mind is going, or just looking at my goals book and writing things, I'll push the hour because I got so much that I want to accomplish. And if I could, I'd stay in the office so much longer because there's so many people to heal. So you kind of get the gist. And because that's my personality, those are the people that I'm attracting into my life. People who want to get things done. And so that's one text Yelp review. That is I called it my 212th review, but it was really my 211th. But then right after that is an amazing review by Becky O. And she has I think her baby's 4 weeks old right now, 3 or 4 weeks. And he's wanting to get up here again. Hey, buddy. So she just posted this on December 22, the day after the other Yelp, and she's from Long Beach. She does live locally in Orange County. So I want to read this video because something that many of you guys don't know about me is that I love treating headaches and migraines. I'm going to pull up someone's case study right now, and I'm really happy with this particular. I'm going to just jump from this Yelp review to this one. This guy is really busy in his business. He's in finance, I believe. He runs a large, big company, and he has a lot of work. He's the one in charge of many things at his work. And we'll call him C, and he's coming in for migraines, and he can't remember the last time he had a migraine. He didn't have a migraine. And I asked, what is your, I'm on my phone, so I apologize, I'm looking down. I always ask people, if I were to make magic happen today, what would that be? So when you say headaches or migraines, what does that mean? Is this new? Is this like a new migraine kind of situation? Or is this something you had for 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years? And I remember him saying, I don't remember not having a migraine. I think it probably started around college or something. And I said, so if you go for 2 weeks, no headache, migraine, is that a big change for you? And he said, yeah, that would be big. So I said, so if you went a month and you didn't have an episode, or your episode was so low that it could barely be called a headache or migraine, would you be happy? And he said, yeah. So I asked those kinds of questions because I want to be very specific in how this person is going to be happy with me as a practitioner. And, my patients are trained early on, probably from the first office appointment, our consultation, our initial consultation. They pick up really fast that I'm about results. So my patients aren't trained to really go out there and say, oh, I feel better, which is good. I've been a massage therapist since 1996. I barely do massage these days. If you just want to feel better, you can go get a massage and feel better. You can get just a relaxing acupuncture treatment and feel better. You can just go go swimming and feel better. That's not what I mean about quantifiable results. When I say quantifiable results, I'm talking about this person will see, busy in his business. He's got a big family. He's got 3 kids, college. He's got to get things done. He cannot afford to have a pressing headache or migraine that's going to impact his health because he's the primary breadwinner. His wife used to be a teacher, but she's been a homemaker. So guess who's making the money and having to pay the bills is this gentleman. So November 27, 30, December 1, 4, 8, 15, 18. 7 treatments. And I can't tell you how happy he is. What I wrote down in the 7th treatment, no episode of headache. And if there was something coming on, it didn't really manifest in something that was going to really give him a lot of pain. So November 27 to December 18, that is enough for him to say, I'm seeing results. And let me just look a little bit at his notes. On December 15, right before the 16th treatment, or 6th treatment, he said he feels better, 2 weeks, hardly any headache, less Excedrin, less need for medication. Those are solid results. Again, this is a guy, quick, 7 treatments, but aggressive. And this is what I was telling my husband. These are the level of patients who are coming in who are like, they're high profile in our society. They've got stuff to do. Even if they're not, let's say they're not working, but they're a homemaker, they're a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, and they just got stuff to do. That's, I'll be honest with you, I can't be a stay-at-home mom. And these people, my family, do not want me to be a stay-at-home mom. There are a lot of sacrifices that are made when you're a businesswoman. I personally think there are a lot of more sacrifices being made when you're a working woman than when you're a working father, unless you're running the whole ship like a woman, like the mom. I mean, with my husband, even when he has them on Saturdays, I'm the one delegating, and I don't want to delegate, but they contact me on Saturdays when I'm at my business all day and asking, where are we supposed to go? And I have a list. This is what you guys do. Anyways, I don't want to make it about that, but yeah, there are a lot of sacrifices. I'm wearing my jiu-jitsu shirt because it reminds me, dude, when I'm with my trainer, Leon, at Renaissance, when I'm doing my yoga, when I'm doing anything else, it's all, even though I may not be on the mat 3 to 5 days a week, only because I have this 1-year-old, and it's just, and my gym is not close to my office and my house at all. Hi. It reminds me my skill set, so that means I have to watch videos. I have to, be mentally thinking all the time about when I'm, there are ways to juggle. When I'm not thinking about Chinese medicine, I got to think about, my other passion, which is this. So this is something that I'm really passionate about, is Chinese medicine, obviously, because it's the day after Christmas and I'm wanting to make this video. And these case studies that I'm pulling up are basically case studies of people who really want to get things done, and they don't have time to mess around with their pain. This is a really sad year for many people. This is, the day after Christmas, and everyone's in a jolly mood, or it appears as if people are in a jolly mood. But I do want to touch on this. One of my close friends passed away on my birthday, and Benny meant a lot to me. We were very close for a period of our lives. I'm really into Staffordshire Bull Terriers, and he gave me all 4 of my staffies. Kato, Jeannie, Pikachu, and Bishop. Kato and Jeannie, we showed together. Benny was very passionate about his art. Amazing artist, amazing painter, did a lot of freestyle, and he did freestyle tattoo, and he was a wonderful tattoo artist. Jeannie, Kato was our first champion together. He started giving me my staffies in 2000. Just looking at my son, he and I knew each other before 2000, maybe around 1996, 7, 8, around that time, and we shared a lot of laughs together. Anyways, I don't want to make this about my dogs because I can talk about my dogs all day long. My son is playing with coasters right now, so if it gets too loud, I'm going to have to take him away. Come on, buddy. for just a second. He is a boy, so he gets into everything. I have two older girls, they're 14 and 8, and they're not quite. I remember seeing my friends who have boys and thinking, oh, thank God I don't have a boy. And then now I have a boy. What I will say about Benny was that he was, we had Jeannie together. She was an amazing dog. When she passed away, I got emails from all over the world. And on our 1-year anniversary of her, on Jeannie's 1-year death anniversary, he tattooed her on my back. He was an amazing photographer also. Took great photos of Staffordshire Bull Terriers. And then he got into rabbits and then pigeons. He was just, she was just a really awesome guy. I mean, I can talk about him for hours, but, he was like a brother to many people around the world. When he was passionate about something, he just went full steam ahead with it, and he made really good friends in whatever industry that was in. And then I have some other friends that passed away this year. One guy, Charles, and his son. All 3 of his boys are my boys because I helped them get pregnant, and they were friends before they were patients. And, and I have a couple of other friends that passed away. This is a tough year for many people. Death it does happen, but, I would say this is the most number of friends that have passed away in my life. And so I know that people are hurting right now. And that's the main reason why I keep my doors open. Sorry, I didn't think that was going to happen. But people are really suffering. And, when you come to my office and I talk about my Success Club, when I talk about Jen, when I talk about my training, when I talk about, these other people that I follow on YouTube, and you don't have to be a member of, their programs. I mean, they're selling their programs, but there's lots of really great videos out there. You can follow Dr. Joe Dispenza as a neuroscientist that I follow. Tom Bilyeu. I listen to his work every day practically, and more. Abraham Hicks. Just name a few. And those aren't even part of my success program. I'm not part of Global Information Network that I've been a part of and listening to since 2009 when I joined in 2011. There is a lot of great information. There's Power of Positive Thinking. You can pull up their books and read the information. I mean, it's available. It's accessible. It's on YouTube. Dr. John Gray. The reason why I expose my patients to some of this learning is because when you're in a mindset to heal, you propel yourself forward as opposed to keeping yourself stagnant. And this is the common thread I see in people who are taking time to heal as opposed to healing quickly, exponentially. If you have things to do and you really want to get things done and you put yourself in a mindset of, I don't have time for this depression. I got to heal, and I don't want to depend on this medication for the rest of my life. I don't want to be on Nexium for the rest of my life. I want to get rid of this GERD. I want to heal. I want to be able to digest. I don't have time for this dizziness. I don't have time for this migraine. I have goals. I have aspirations. I have things that I want to do. I don't have time for this. Sorry, this is going to be graphic. I don't have time for this diarrhea that's chronic and just ruining my life, and I can't travel. What are some anxiety? I don't have time for this anxiety. I want to be able to go on a plane. And that's one of my, last year was one of my biggest testimonials. Was a woman, when she sent me her postcard from Milan, and she'd been seeing me for a while. She used to love to travel, and then something happened, and long story short, she was not able to travel anymore. She had tremendous anxiety of a million things. It wasn't just the planes, but then all of a sudden something that she was so passionate about, traveling, was just stripped from her. And she just said, I'm not gonna, she was so afraid to travel, even to Arizona, from California to Arizona, California to Colorado. Those are not long flights. So when she gave me that postcard from Milan and gave me all these like souvenirs, it just melted my heart, because we accomplished something. This woman accomplished something that she had been needing for so long, and now the fear is gone. And it's weird because that one happened to be a business trip, but she had been postponing or like putting off business trips that she'd been needing to take. And for her to say, I had like the best time and I wasn't fearful, that's what I mean about results. This particular case, she came in for a tremendous anxiety, and specifically an airplane. And when you can tell someone, you can show someone, here's the postcard, here are my pictures, here are the souvenirs, that makes my heart melt, because these are people, again, highly impactful, who are saying, I don't have time for this. I have time right now, so, I'm not working today. I'm working tomorrow, so if you'd like to come in, schedule online at moveyourqi.com or committedtobetterme.com. There's one particular case under, if you go to committedtobetterme.com, it's called platelet count, and I need to update this, but she went from, on this case study, we went from 90,000, no, where was it? It was a platelet count of 90,000. And she needed to have 140,000. And so it had gone from 90,000, 10, 11, to 120,000. 130 to 130,000, which was 10,000 short of what it needed to be. And again, this is a highly impactful woman. She's a CPA. She travels a lot. She travels a lot for business because she has to go see her clientele, which is all around the country. In less than 2 months, these are my words on this case study. If you go to Committed to Better Me, under ongoing cases, go to platelet count. I'm reviewing her file. So her hematologist said, I need this at 140,000. And we got it up to 120,000 in 2 months, in less than 2 months. January 27, 31, February 5, 7, 17, 19, 21, 23, 26, March 3, 7, 9, 14, 18. By her 14th treatment, she was so happy. She told me that her hematologist told her, you no longer need to see me. And you could just see your regular physician. And she was really, really happy. Anyways, and also something that she wanted to express, that the treatments gave her abundance of energy that she did not have prior to the acupuncture treatments. She can work 13 to 14 hours a day, and she still would want to go for a run, which is not like her past, prior to acupuncture. So she kind of slowed down her acupuncture treatments. I'm going to pull up our texts. I'm really involved with my patients. So they, you can email me, but sometimes the emails get lost in the ether. I prefer my patients to text me because we can get stuff done faster. I like to communicate and get things done. So I shared this case study with someone else anonymously for HIPAA regulations, and no one needs to know your business. But this particular patient, we'll call him T. He wants me to help with blood platelet count. And his daughter reached out to me. His daughter and I are very, very close. And she said, can you help my dad? And I was like, yeah. So I referred her to this case. Acupuncturist, if you're watching this, put your cases online so people could see what you're doing, because there's no way. So instead of having to explain everything on the phone or via text, you can just say, here's my link to this case study. So I have to update this case study on where we're at right now, because she has since gone from 130,000 to 135,000. Remember, the first 30,000 went up in less than 2 months. So when we'll call her Jay. Jay came. She texted me. She goes, "Guess what? It went up to 135,000 from 130,000." Now, Hi, I got my blood results. Platelets are up from 135,000 from 124,000. Actually had gone up to 124,000. Now 120,000. She told me it was 120,000. So the goal was to get it to 140,000. So from 90,000 to 124,000 in less than 2 months. So December 19, on my birthday, she texted me, "We are making progress, 5,000 more to go." Was hoping to be 140,000 this time, but I guess we have a bit more work to do. See you soon. Happy holidays. I responded, "Fantastic. Perhaps we can be more aggressive like you were the first time around." And I sent her a screenshot of all her treatments. And long story short, I said, they're from January 27 till April 24, we did 19 treatments. And then we did 14 treatments. So January 27, February, March, April. So in less than 3 months, we got in 19 treatments, we got it from 90,000 platelet count to 124,000. Then she did 14 more treatments from June 9 to December 8. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So do you see what happened? She was really aggressive for the first 3 months and less aggressive the last 6 months. And she did 19 treatments in 3 months, the first 3 months, and 14 treatments in 6 months. So you see the math, right? So then that's why we didn't get faster results. So then I just broke that down, and she gets it. She said, "Well, I've been traveling a lot due to work." And I said, "Yeah, the fact that you've made progress is huge." But once a person sees the numbers, because the numbers don't lie, the sun is down, so I hope, or the sun is higher. It was rising earlier. So you can see. Isn't that cool? I mean, I don't have like a huge view because of this building, but I used to live in San Francisco. So, I wish you can see, like, especially on that end, I could see the bay. What am I looking at? I'm looking at, like, basically, if you're from San Diego, I'm looking at Seaport Village. I'm looking at the Marriott. I'm staying in a Marriott, but I'm looking at the other Marriott, and the Hyatt and some other buildings. So I love, and I'm seeing downtown, seeing some lofts, and I'm so high up. There's a higher building here, but this is one of the tallest buildings, and I'm looking at like some penthouses below me. I mean, that's huge for me because, so you can see it. You can see it. So the reason like this is so important to me is because I used to live in San Francisco, and in Orange County we don't really have like, this. And my office I'm in an Olin property, so it's like 2 stories. So I was so happy. I was so happy when they were like, "We put you on the top floor." Anyways, I deserve this because I really worked my ass off this year. And I hope some of you watching are acupuncturists, because these are the kind of results that I'm talking about. And these are the kind of results that I work for and earn. And that's why I get the Yelp reviews. And that's why my friend, Dr. Han, created the Academy of Acupuncture and included me kind of without. She asked me, but she kind of just went with it. So I am beyond appreciative for the fact that she created the name. I mean, I was like, okay, let's call it for marketing for acupuncturists. And she was like, let's call it business acumen for acupuncturists. And so it was really her idea, but I have the skill set for it. So I'm just, so now I'm working on my workbook for it. But this is what I mean. This is already a 45-minute video. This is what I mean. I want to make results happen in my practice. So this is both for acupuncturists and both for patients and acupuncturists. This is how you get results when you're in the mindset, I'm going to heal. So the case studies I shared with you, my shoulder, the headaches, the migraines, the platelet count. I mean, I can just go on my website. That's from my second website. I rarely have this kind of time, so I want to make, use of it with you guys because my kids are asleep except for this baby. My husband's asleep, and and it's the day after Christmas. I want to go to, if you go to moveyourchi.com, there are quite a few things, but let's go to the first one. Click here to see our reviews from Yelp. So when I made committedtobetterme.com, it's because I was getting so much content and I was hiring someone to keep updating my websites. And so I'm like, you know what? And then by then they started having websites like Wix. I use Wix for committedtobetterme.com. So acupuncture, I'm giving some free tips on how to make your own website. Not that you shouldn't hire, if you have money to, when I was going to revamp moveyourchi.com, I was, the quote given to me was $4,000. And I was buying a house at the time, and I thought, I don't really want to spend $4,000 on a new website right now because I'm buying a house. And then my husband goes, there's all these other websites. And I went to squarespace.com. And at that time, I don't know how Squarespace is right now, but at that time, it just wasn't super user-friendly. And if I have to, figure things out and spend more than a day on it, I'm just like, this isn't for me. And then, I don't know, maybe half a year later or less than that, Wix came out, and it's so easy. Acupuncturist or my patients, if you want to start a practice or a business or something, Wix is a really, really, and Tom Bilyeu is, that's one of his sponsors. So I was just like, yay, I'm doing something right. So let's go to, this, and then I'll probably call it a day because I don't want to make this too long for you guys. If it's not too long already. If you go to moveyourchi.com and you go under testimonials, you'll see that I alphabetized the things that I talked about. But if you click on the first one, click here to see our reviews from Yelp. Again, I have over 212 plus Yelps. It took me a while to realize, Yelp is, their algorithm naturally deletes reviews. So then I started copying and pasting my reviews. So here's one that was written 2014, October 13. Samantha. She's from Laguna Niguel. I don't know why I waited this long to write a review for Miss Anna and her wonderful work, but I'm here now writing about the work she does and how it truly works. I chose this for a reason because this was an intense case. I know that many are skeptic of Eastern medicine, including acupuncture and herbs, but if you are reading this because you want to try something different for your ailments, you need to try some acupuncture with Anna. I originally came to Anna a few years back to help me with anxiety and depression issues. I've been on medicine, but it was not fully helping me be happy and get the things done in the way I needed to. Again, results. Anna was my last resort because of the endless medicines and doctors I was trying. I immediately felt the zen, if you would, when I walked into her office. She made me feel comfortable about being there, and I did a full survey about what I was going through, what I was doing to be treated, history, and my goals. Anna refers to these sheets and your goals every time you go to her. These days, we have smartphones. 2014, yeah, we were using this. But, everything now, I write things in the files. But, what I tend to do, acupuncturist, is, you can use a tablet. I keep this in my back pocket. I'm big into EMR, so I have a little sticker, and I, have my little amulet that I have. If you go to committedtobetterme.com and you go for patients, and it says protect yourself from EMR. If you're not into it, don't worry about it, but it is information that's on the National Institutes of Health, which is a government website. You might want to check that out. There is enough information out there from physicists and other types of scientists explaining why EMR is, banned legally in certain countries for kids in schools because of the negative effects of EMR. Anyways, I bring this up because I take my notes on my phone now, and then I print it out and I put in my files. So I have different ways, acupuncturists have different ways of backing up my notes. For the most part, I remember people's. I have a really great memory. And that was not the case before patients. And when I started acupuncture, I didn't have the best memory. And then the more I received acupuncture, the smarter I got because, I just, my neural pathways, my brain just works much more efficiently. Anyways, going back to this particular testimonial. She immediately felt the zen, if you would, when I walked into her office. She made me feel very comfortable about being there, and I did a full survey about what I was going through, what I was doing to be treated, history, and my goals. Anna refers to these sheets and your goals every time you go to her. My anxiety and depression felt better in just a few short weeks. I was ready to get started on more problems I was experiencing. Through the years, Anna has helped me with my general anxiety, depression, getting my menstrual, I gotta change that, menstrual periods on a regular schedule, body aches and headaches and migraines. So you see the things that I was treating her for: anxiety, depression, menstrual periods. So her hormones, body aches, headaches, migraines. I said earlier that I love treating headaches and migraines. You don't even need a specific problem to see her. You can go and have a quiet, relaxing time out of your hectic schedule. This is what I do every day. I always tell people I don't need drugs because I feel high all the time on acupuncture. What basically means I feel natural. I feel really good. I feel relaxed. I feel happy. You know, those are feelings that my patients learn really fast. That's natural. Anna natural is when I'm calm and relaxed and peaceful. Anna stressed out is when I feel like there's, things aren't going right. And that's for women when we are under time pressure, when we're under deadlines, when it feels like, things are not going our way, when we don't have that time with our girlfriends to just, spend time to relax. Because how life was 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 500 years ago, is totally different than the woman now in the 21st century, especially if you're working. The homemaker now is different than the homemaker, in the 50s. The homemaker now is driving kids to ballet class and jiu-jitsu class and karate classes and art classes and, soccer classes and I had a patient this year, my patient T, we'll call her T, she had to get a new car because of all the sitting she has to do driving her 3 kids around. I mean, that's the modern mom now. That was not the case 50 plus years ago or 100 plus years ago. It's totally different. Anyways, she talks about a general pickup, the amount of sessions you need, and how often depend on what you're going in for, and the pricing has been very affordable when I compared her to local acupuncture businesses. I have found my guardian angel on earth, and I would not trade seeing Anna for anyone else. She is highly recommended as an Eastern medicine guru, and she becomes a true friend. Thank you, Anna, for all your hard work and making my life much better. So, if you go to moveyourchi.com and committedtobetterme.com, you'll see a plethora of my work. These days, I'm so blessed. This is my 20th year in practice, and I'm very, very blessed that I've created so many profound, positive relationships with my patients, and that many of my friends have become my patients. That's a testament. And to how much Chinese medicine has come. I mean, in 1994, when I started receiving acupuncture, when I started studying Chinese medicine, people came up to me and said some negative things. Like, I talk about it in the other videos. I don't even want to talk about it in this video. But there were just some negative things that just spewed out of people's mouths without even thinking. People just say things like, why would you say that? But people love to hear themselves talk. And they love to, misery loves company, and that's their opinion about things, and you are entitled to your opinions. But these days, don't come at me with your negative opinions, and I'm not gonna respond back. I'm not gonna respond, because these days, when people say, "Does that really work?" To me, you're just ignorant at that point, because there's so much information now. So, and people, if they say it from a heartfelt place and they really want to know, does it work? I'll say, you know what? Go visit my 2 websites, moveyourqi.com and committedtobetterme.com. I'm not trying to sell them anything. It is what it is. But for people who come at me with this, I think that's bullshit, whatever. I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'm just not at that place anymore where I'm trying to prove to everyone. The people who really want me are going to come in. And you don't have to see me. There are other great, great, great acupuncturists all around the world. And I got a list of them on my phone. I got a list of them. Balanced method acupuncturists, I have all around the world. Egypt, Nigeria, France, England, all over Europe, Australia, Canada, all over the U.S., Brazil, Mexico. You know, I think on every continent. Yeah, I think I have one on every, at least one, if not more. I mean, Dr. Tan really proliferated his work. He really worked on sending his message out there about balance method. You can go to acupuncture.com and find acupuncturists all around Northern America. And if you're into balance, any kind of style of acupuncture, there's, electroacupuncture, which I did for many, many years, traditional Chinese medicine, 5-element acupuncture, Japanese acupuncture, primarily the abdomen, Korean hand acupuncture. There's so many styles, Dr. Tung, Master Tung. I am a devout Dr. Tan balance method acupuncturist, and my mentor now is Dr. Eileen Han, and I really follow her work, and I'm grateful to be one of her speakers specifically regarding business acumen for acupuncturists. So I know in the beginning and throughout this video I was a little bit off, not totally on point, but that's, part of my personality. I like to kind of deviate a little bit, but I hope you get the point. I just posted, on a side note, I just posted my 17th video for my Happy Club, and so I'm just going to kind of like throw that in here. That video is called, what did I call that video? Accepting your current circumstances. And it is a private video on my Happy Club, so I hope you do join. A few of my videos on my Happy Club are free. Just kind of giving you, and they're long videos, so, giving you a taste of what I talk about, but really understanding some of the things, kind of get a gist. When I say Happy Club, the purpose of the Happy Club is to help people live more, practice being happier. Oh no, it's still too bright. Practice being happier under any circumstances. So I'll just list them. If you go to committedtobetterme.com, I have it specifically on my work video, work website, so that people can see, because what are many people coming in for? Anxiety and depression. So they say, oh, Anna has a Happy Club. What's this about? They can see, that there are things other than just acupuncture. I started this off with talking about the mindset. When you want to get things done, you want to see someone who's really good. If you want, a really good chiropractor, a really good massage therapist, a really good physical therapist, a really good physician, a really good acupuncturist, a really good therapist, someone who's really results-oriented. So here are my videos, and I'm going to shut off this video. Assumption and confrontation, badass women who do what they want. That one is free to the public. Changing our thoughts, complaining gives you these results, free to the public. Complaining, confidence, which is free to the public, correct energy, creating awareness, creating success, dealing with death, coping with taking care of a sick or dying person, genuine friendship, gratitude, helping women talk effectively with men, that one is free, intention, letting go of worries, setting boundaries, understanding, condescending, judgmental, and ignorant people. I would say 90+% of these videos are topics that were given to me by people who, want me to talk about certain things. So if you'd like to join, it's just $10 a month. And I try my best to give content that are very pertinent to what your needs are. Oh, one more thing before I go. I have this patient, and she was struggling. She was coming in for shoulder issues, which now it's like 75% better. But on the side note, she was very, very upset about one of her superiors at work who was just causing her grief. And I shared with her something that in my life has 100% success rate, and this is my Christmas gift for you. Even my acupuncture does not have a 100% success rate, which I'm striving for. So 20 years, I'm still striving to get a 100% success rate. Some things I have a 50, 80, 90, 95+% success rate. And I'm constantly working at making myself more effective. This one has a 100% success rate. I said, look, this person, we'll call her H. I have her say, H is made in harmony. I am made in harmony. Please harmonize our relationship. I said, don't make an agenda. Just put that out there. And I had her keep saying it. And she's like, all right, what do I have to lose? It sounds kind of, weird. And then December 14, she goes, sorry to bother you. What is that mantra to think of for my coworker? And I gave it to her. H is made in harmony. I am made in harmony. Please harmonize our relationship. And then December 15, she sends me this picture. Oh, you can't see it. It's a picture of her sending like heart kisses. She said, thank you, it's working. And then a few hours later, 5 hours later, she says, working like a charm. And then 2 hours later, she goes, she even thanked me today. I almost fell over. Now, keep in mind, before this, she was so upset, so sad, so angry, so frustrated. And then I said some stuff. She goes, thank you for sharing your knowledge. And then December 16, at 8:36 in the morning, she says, another great day. I got another thank you. So grateful to have you in my life. Oh, she got another thank you from H. And then she's so happy. She's so happy. So that's my little gift to you today. If you're having any kind of struggles, say that, especially regarding the relationship with someone. Whether it's coworker, colleague, lover, friend, parent, child, associate. If I see people arguing on the street, I'll do that. The person in blue is made in harmony. The person in yellow is made in harmony. Please harmonize the relationship. I'll say it. I just say that over and over and over. Are there other things? And I'll say that for another time. But that's how powerful that is. So like some of you love Donald Trump and some of you hate Donald Trump. So I'm just giving that as an example because we're on a government shutdown right now. And it is affecting our family. My brother-in-law is not getting a paycheck right now because he is an essential. He works for the DEA and he's a chemist and he still has to work, but the paycheck's postponed. How would you like to have your paycheck postponed? Anyways, so I would say Donald Trump is made in harmony. I am made in harmony. Please harmonize our relationship. And I've said that with tears in my eyes about certain people. I've said it regarding my husband because we've been married for 16 years and sometimes he just drives me, bonkers. And I would say once in a while, the last 7 years, I've really been studying about my brain and about his brain, brains in general, men and women. And it's been a lot more blissful, a very blissful marriage. But, sometimes things can get a little frustrating. And I'll say that. Andrew's made in harmony. I'm made in harmony. Please harmonize the relationship. And like magic, it works out divinely. So anyways, this is over an hour video. I hope you really understand what I mean about mindset and about getting results in your life. Nothing in my life is perfect. Not everything in my life is perfect. There is one particular issue I'm going to be working on really intensely. And I'm not going to wait until New Year to work on it. In fact, I already wrote my letter that needs to be done, and it's that needs to be mailed out. And I'm going to make a phone call as soon as things settle down with this particular issue. So they're not picking up the phone right now. So I'm making steps right now. So if you want to be in the right mindset, time, money, health, time, money, people, health, and freedom. Dr. Tan always said those three things, time, money, and people. But I throw in health and freedom, things that people stress out about. And people come in, they come in and talk to me about health and their relationships. And sometimes they'll tell me how bad money situations are. And they'll talk about, time and money are big for people. And freedom. So when people come in for particular issues, mostly health for me, when I say set your priorities, that means what is it that you want to accomplish and how are you going to accomplish it and do it fast. If you can wrap your head, most people can wrap their head within 2 to 6 weeks on fixing it by at least 30 to 80%. That's the system I follow. if you can get something done within those, a lot of profound things done in those first 2 to 6 weeks, you are propelling yourself in this momentum that I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. I don't do things like, what can I accomplish in 3 months? Because 3 months can be way too far for people and way too far for me. I want to see what I can get done this week. So that's just me. And that's something that I notice with highly impactful people. They're not going to wait till the new year to start on something. Everything I do has to be like, okay, what can I do? Even when I'm like last week when I trained with Eli, my coach, I'm like, I may not be on the mat, but this strength training is going to help me with that. I may not be on the mat, but this yoga is helping me for that. And so when I'm on the mat, it helps me. And when I'm watching my videos and when I'm thinking, that's what I'm doing in regards to that. So, that's something that Jiu-Jitsu is not something that I get to do every day, but I'm still immersing myself in my thought process constantly. How do you think I am with Chinese medicine? Like I said, when I hurt my shoulder, I treat myself 3 times in one day just to get it to 99%. So then I'll have to think about it for the rest of my life, except just to talk about it. So I hope you have a great, great season. Holiday season. I'm in the office tomorrow, December 27. Come on in. Schedule online. I'm in all day on Friday. I believe I'm in all day on Saturday. No, just in the morning. It's my nephew's birthday. So call me 949-305-1703 or text me at 619-341-4341. And I already mentioned my 2 websites twice. So go on my websites, schedule online, call me, text me 619-341-4341. And I look forward to seeing you. Take care.